Hello, Missouri Mom here. My name is Nina, and today we are going to go over some palette usage, kind of ranking. I'll explain it. If you see this, you're going to see this outfit a lot throughout this week, and I think some next week, because everybody's gone on a trip to another state, so I am trying to record some stuff in advance to kind of give myself a little bit of a jump for the year. So we're going to go into the palettes. I've been keeping track of my palette usage on some graph paper and just to write the scores down. Don't make fun of my writing. I know it's bad. And then so I draw out like the palette layout, and then I mark for each shade that I use, and then I write down like how many times I actually grab that palette to use it. But I also keep track of what shades and how many times I use each shade. And this is my stack for the year. So I was actually surprised it was so thick. Crazy, right? And so some of these looks are on the channel, and very few of them are not. But most of them are in some capacity or form. So I went through and I pulled out everything that I used 2 times or more. So we're going to start with my 2 times palettes, and I put them in order loosely based on favorite to least favorite. So up first we have Leap Year. I've used this one twice. This is by Flex Beauty Cosmetics. They are on TikTok. Really cute little palette. Just it's a quad, so that's why it's the lowest one out of these. It's a quad, and quad form, this is a little bit harder color story to use, but the mattes work amazing. They have great pigmentation. The shimmers are really pretty. There's a glitter. It works really nice. It's not super gritty. It doesn't hurt to like rub it in, you know. The shimmers aren't like shifty or nothing on these, but they're still really pretty. They work really good. I did love the looks that I created with these. I thought it was very creative, very fun. So there's that palette. I've used twice, which is pretty good for a quad. Then next we have Honey by ColourPop. I used this one twice as well. One of the times I may have only reached in for like one shade, but I don't remember, and going through the paper is just going to take too long. So in this quad, I've used every shade in here. That's amazing. I have no idea where it is, but the Honey palette I've used twice. That's the overall palette. That's not per shade. I should have figured that out, but I did for the palettes I used more than twice. So next we have Carpe Noctem by Spellbound Beauty. They are on Etsy. I really love this little brand. It's a little indie brand. I say little because it's not, you know, blown up and huge. So really nice palette. I like their mattes. They work really nicely. And then some of their palettes have like the super shifty shades, and then some of them do not. This one does not have shifty shades, but they are really pretty and really sparkly. I'll show you one. We'll go into 2. So that one's like super sparkly, and then that's just like a nice shimmer. So really pretty. I do like using this palette. And then next we have another Flex Beauty Cosmetics. This is where you get to build your own palette, choose your own color story type thing. So should it help me with my color choices because my internet was being dumb that day. Really pretty. So the glitters in here are so pretty. I think that might be the same blue though. I don't know. But so there's this white one right here. It is stunning. I'll swatch that one, and then we'll go with this green color. I did not do a good job picking that up. So that green has a little bit of like a blue shimmer to it. Really pretty. But the glitter is like stunning. Really pretty. And once again, the mattes work amazing. The shimmers are really nice and the glitters are fun to use. Yeah, I really enjoyed this palette. It was so fun to do. Let's see if I can. And then next pile, better 2 uses each. Grab a light real quick. That green did not want to leave. So next in this pack we have the Moonage palette. This is by Notice Beauty. They're on Etsy and TikTok. I don't know if you can purchase their stuff on TikTok, but I know on their Etsy you can. Really pretty. I think they might have a website, I'm not for sure, I don't remember. But this is an all shimmer palette. And they are stunning. I love the ships that I've gotten with this palette. And look how pretty those are. Really nice. Their palettes look pretty expensive, but they run sales a lot, so if you get them during that time, they're much more affordable. And then next we have the Odinsight and Angelica Trick or Treat palette. I really like this palette. It is really fun to play with. The color story is so pretty. Very unique to my collection. I've enjoyed using this. The mattes have blended nicely. The shimmers have worked amazing. There's some really pretty shifty shades in here. That one's not, but it's just a pretty. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, it's got blue to it. I didn't even realize. Stunning shades. Good quality. I like it. And then I have by Depth Cosmetics. I have the Inspired palette. I am obsessed with this palette. I absolutely adore it. So pretty. I have no problems with their mattes. They always work great for me. And their shimmers are stunning. I adore their formula. Let's do a matte for fun. So pretty. I love this palette. And then also from Adept, I have the Cyborg Choir. So I don't even know if I ever did a haul on these. I can't remember, but I did order some palettes from them, and I just am obsessed with them. I love this yellow shade. Like, yellow's not my favorite color, but like, they're so glowy. I love them. I know Adept is not everybody's cup of tea, but I love their palettes. The only reason I haven't ordered more is because some of their color stories just aren't my vibe. But I do love the ones that I have completely. And then next, last in the 2 uses, we've been going from least to most preferred, loosely speaking. So this is the Strawberry Moon by Inslee Brain. And this color story is so pretty. It's so bright. And not bright, like jewelry toned, in my opinion. So pretty. I love using their mattes. They blend so nicely. They're so pigmented. but in a good way. Like, they're not overly pigmented. They're just, they work so great for me. And then the shimmers are just stunning. So, yeah, I'm really stressing about what's gonna happen with this brand after everything's been going on. I mean, look at that. Just, oh, wow. I am obsessed with my shimmers. It's my favorite thing about palette, like about a palette. For me to love a palette, it's gotta have some shimmers that just make me want to gasp. And not work it. Like, they can be pretty in the pan, but if they don't work on my eyeballs, then they're not gonna be a top favorite for me, for sure. Alright, so the palettes I've used more than 3 times, I have 6. And somewhere I wrote down information about that. Like, yeah, here we go. So I put these in order of, sorry, my preference, but that doesn't mean by usage. So at the bottom we have the Beauty Bay Bright palette. I have reached into this palette, like I've grabbed for this palette 6 times and used 14 shades. That doesn't mean like, and used a shade 14 times. How's that? So this is the Beauty Bay Bright palette. Now I have used this to create an eye look or two, but I've been reaching in it a lot for the white. You can't really tell, but there's a pretty good dip going in that one. Like, the B's gone completely. It's got a pretty good little divot in there. So that palette has been used the most. Like, well, not the most per shade, like shade wise, but I've grabbed for this palette the most times, mostly for that white. And then in 3 uses, we have the Gourmand Girls Warriors Wear Pink, and I have used shades in here 11 times. So this is her. She's really pretty. Has some beautiful shimmers. This one's a little bit lower because it is majority matte, but the shimmers that are in here, I like 3 of them. I struggled with this one. Tears. It just wasn't as shiny as I was hoping for. It looked so much shinier there, but on the lid it did not. It didn't have as much of the iridescentness to it. But really pretty palette. It does perform beautifully. Not going anywhere for sure. I love this palette. And I love the whole breast cancer thing, that it was for breast cancer for her friend. So also in the 3 times grabbing for this palette, we have Cosmic Dreamer. And I've reached 4 shades in here 15 times. This palette is pretty as well. So this is the palette. And once again, amazing shimmers, amazing mattes. I love this palette. No, it actually looks similar to the one I'm wearing on my lid. Let's see this one. This one looks cool. I don't think I've used that one yet. Stunning. I really like that gunmetal-y shade. It's like gunmetal, but a little bit of blue in there. So pretty. It's called Cosmic Dust. So I really love that palette. I'll put the plastic back in a minute. And then also, no, this one has 4 uses. Reaching into shades 20 times. This is the Inslee Rain Twisted Tea Party. Once again, Beautiful shimmers, beautiful mattes, works amazing. I adore this palette. And they're so creamy, they just glide on. And then next we have the Inslee Rain Cold Moon palette. I've reached for this palette 3 times and used shades 12 times. I got this palette thinking that I would really like the shimmers, that I would use the shimmers a lot, and that the mattes wouldn't really be that up my alley. But using it, I have found I actually love cool tones on me, and I love this palette. I'm getting thirsty, sorry. So amazing. Let's do a quick little, do that one. Yeah, they're so pretty. So I got this one because I don't really know like a warm tone, cool tone, neutral, what, because I feel like I pull off warm tones pretty well. So the warm tone look now, cool tones I like how they look on me. So I don't know. And then my top palette with the most shades used in the palette, shade usage in the palette. And I actually put one of the shimmers on my eyes today over a look I had done for a different video. And oh man, that just spread. But it is the Inslee Rain Lands of Enchantment palette. I absolutely adore this palette. So pretty. I love these colors. I love the shimmers. The mattes work amazing. I have grabbed for this palette 5 times, and I have used shades in this palette 26 times. Absolutely stunning. I love this palette. The iridescent shades in here are truly stunning. I just did 2 of them. So in my eyes, I went in and I added Moonrise right here over my lid, and then I added a little bit of Fae to the inner corner. And so pretty. So I used the KVD palette on my eyes, and the shimmer was pretty. But I added this one, and it just sparkles so much more. You know, it's a more stunning shimmer. But the other one was still good, but I get better with that on it. So I know Inslee Rain is kind of in the doghouse right now with a lot of the makeup world, but I felt that I'm keeping track of my palette usage. For me, I thought it would be fun to share it. If I left out my Inslee Rain, it would be so much less. And not really true. So, yeah. I'm not surprised that my Inslee Rain palettes are taking up the majority of my usage, because I really enjoy using them. So, hopefully something changes with all of this mess and they can get themselves out of the doghouse. I'm just gonna put it that way. So let me know down below what you think. Do you have any of these palettes? And yeah, pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope the rest of your day goes wonderful. If you like videos like this, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Bye.